On the night of November 14th, 2022, what began as a routine welfare check spiraled into a real-life nightmare for 24-year-old Officer Wade. A concerned tenant had called the police, worried about her elderly neighbor, who was living with a volatile 24-year-old man named Webb. When Officer Wade arrived, he could sense something wasn't right. The home's layout offered only one way in and one way out. Webb's behavior was unsettling. He insisted the officer enter first, subtly positioning himself to block the only exit.
After you?
No.
You said you gotta make sure you got an animal or something?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Even more alarm bells went off when Webb grabbed a heavy metal object, later revealed to be a brake rotor, and used it to block the door, trapping Officer Wade inside.
What's that for?
Oh no, so block the door and it swings open.
Gotcha. You wanna just knock on the door for me?
Rocky? He's laying on bed.
Dorothy!
20, please.
Where's your bed at?
Is it in there?
After you. You got any lights here?
Yeah.
You got the lights on? Oh. Hey, you just going there for me?
Yeah, no.
What do you mean?
She's right here.
Oh! She's right here? Dorothy? Is she sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. How long has she been sleeping for?
It's since 6.
What's the bag for?
She wets the bed.
She wets the bed? Why you got it covered like that?
Because you're in here, we'll open the window and stuff.
Okay, you pull the cover back for me?
Dorothy?
Why is she covered up like that, her face?
She's sleeping.
Alright, just step back for me. Is it Dorothy? Miss Dorothy? Why don't she got flowers and stuff on her like that? Okay, step back. Step back.
She's dead.
What do you mean she's dead?
She's dead. I was going to call her relatives in the morning.
Okay. Put your hands up.
The phone's in my room.
Put your hands up.
Alright.
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back. 5446. Can I get another squad to my location? I'm a supervisor.
34, take off the line.
On the ground.
Just give us a kick right now.
On the ground. On the ground. On your stomach.
You shoot me.
No, on your stomach.
Please shoot me.
Sir, on your
You
stomach.
gotta shoot me.
Okay. You're doing too much.
Okay, don't take it.
No, you're gonna get to it.
Okay, I'm down.
Put your hands behind your back. Now. Hands behind your back. Behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back.
What was the address again?
Your other hand behind your back.
348,
Sir,
move in the lower.
Stop resisting.
I'm not resisting.
Put your hand behind your back. Your other hand. Yep, put it behind your back. Don't move. This is gonna do. Stop resisting. Stop.
As the situation escalates, Officer Wade radios for backup, just as Webb lunges, attempting to grab his firearm.
Do it. Drop the
Do
ball.
it, you know what I see, do it!
Sir,
Right in the fucking face, man!
the ball.
Right in the face, come on! Come on!
drop the
Come
ball.
on! Right in the face, man, please!
Drop
Right in the face!
on the ground now.
Right in the face, come on.
On the ground.
Make it quick.
On the ground.
Please make it quick. Okay, don't take.
As Officer Wade struggled to get Webb under control, backup finally broke through the door. Just as they entered, Webb hurled the brake rotor at the officers, forcing them to open fire. Webb was eventually subdued, and despite his injuries, he survived. Officer Wade escaped unharmed, and all the responding officers were later cleared of any criminal wrongdoing. As for Dorothy, the elderly woman from the welfare call. She had already passed away from lung cancer. There was no evidence connecting Webb to her death. However, he was charged with attempting to disarm a peace officer, resisting arrest, and bail jumping. Given his mental health struggles and prior legal issues, it seems he was desperate to avoid going back to jail. As of now, the case remains open. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, and feel free to leave a comment below. I do my best to read each and every one. Thanks again for the support, and I'll see you in the next one. There isn't much known about the next video, but in 2015, it was submitted to a YouTube channel called The Paranormal Review. In the accompanying email, the woman explained that she and her husband were driving late at night when something suddenly leapt into the road. With no time to react, they struck it. Believing it was a deer, they backed up to check on the animal. But what their camera captured next is still hotly debated to this day. Take a look.
Hit something. Hope it didn't hurt the car. Somewhere. Is that it right there? There it is. Oh my gosh, go.
As the couple begins to back up their car, the camera captures what appears to be a humanoid figure sprinting toward them. Skeptics claim it's nothing more than a hoax, but those who've studied the footage closely estimate the road to be around 8 to 12 feet wide. That detail matters, because it allows viewers to gauge the size of whatever this thing is. Based on that scale, the figure would be at least 8 feet tall, and some believe it could be much larger. I'll leave a link to a full analysis in the description, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. These thrill seekers decided to play chicken with a massive tanker ship, and they were unbelievably lucky to survive. These ships displace enormous amounts of water, creating powerful wakes that can easily flood an engine or even capsize a smaller boat, pulling you straight into the current behind them. And if you do go under, even if you avoid the propeller, it could take hours for the ship to stop and turn around to help. But incredibly, they didn't stop at just one attempt. They pushed their luck again and again, cutting dangerously close and even trying to surf the ship's wake. In the next clip, a group of friends is out on jet skis when they spot a large cargo ship. One of them decides to get close, way too close, and reaches out to touch the hull. The moment his hand makes contact, he accidentally pulls the dead man's switch on his jet ski, killing the engine instantly. He begins to sink, and the entire thing is caught on his GoPro. He manages to escape an incredibly close call that could have ended much worse. In 2023, a mysterious video surfaced online showing a truck attempting what's known as a snatch recovery, a method typically used to pull a stuck vehicle like a friend's Jeep out of deep mud using heavy-duty ropes. But in this case, they used chains instead. And when the driver floored it, the built-up kinetic energy became dangerously unstable. As you might expect, the chain couldn't handle the force. It snapped violently, launching backward with terrifying speed. Take a look. But that's not where the story ends. When the video hit the internet, speculation quickly spread that someone was sitting in the driver's seat during the incident. I couldn't confirm that detail myself, but the claim sparked a flood of aftermath videos, most of which were later proven to be clips from completely unrelated accidents. Moral of the story, don't go searching for this video. And if you're ever pulling a car from the mud, use proper rope, and stay far enough back to avoid serious injury. In April of this year, a YouTube couple known as Wiggins Wild World began documenting their off-the-grid lifestyle after acquiring property in southern Texas, near the US-Mexico border. But on this particular day, while exploring the land, they stumbled upon something truly unsettling: scattered human-sized bones, worn shoes, and small child-sized backpacks. And as disturbing as that was, it turned out to be just the beginning of a much darker mystery, one that's still unfolding.
Well, now I'm recording right to TikTok because it's getting real now. So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water, and we found this little pond that's north of an arroyo, and this thing is filled with kids' backpacks.
Filled with backpacks.
And there's a mound here. And
there's a bunch of signs
there's more
of
backpacks.
Wildlife activity,
if you dig down,
it's
there's backpacks. There's little kids' backpacks here.
I won't be too loud.
There are kids' backpacks here. I'm armed, but we found a place out in the middle of the desert north of our property that has bones and boots and
All sorts.
kids' backpacks. Yeah.
At that point, the couple decided it was best to leave, but what stood out most was the neighbor's reaction. When they mentioned the bones, he seemed strangely intrigued. Take a look.
So we just hit a point where we found our fifth backpack or bag after finding that boot. And yeah, we're done. We're gonna head back to the property. Gonna have to contact somebody about this because one of our neighbors was really interested when we found bones on our property. And that guy's been really against us having social media.
At this point, the couple discovered the land they'd been exploring wasn't actually theirs. It was private property. They were warned that if they returned, they'd be charged with trespassing, and that the police wouldn't be coming. Then, without explanation, they deleted their entire TikTok account. Later, they took to Instagram Live to insist it wasn't some money-making hoax.
Anyone that says we're trying to scam, anyone that says we're trying to do anything, I am not accepting any financial aid at this time at all. We're not going to let anyone try and accuse us of doing this for anything other than trying to get the word out there that this...
Thankfully, there was one final update, captured in a video that has since been removed from their channel. In it, he explains that he spoke with the police again, and this time, they actually listened.
Same deputy that was out here before when we found a femur and a lower leg bone that had been sawed in half. Yeah, those of you guys that are like, oh, it's just, you're blowing it out of proportion, it's just a drop. Well, we found a child-sized femur and lower leg bone that had a clean saw and saw off it. Next to a pair of little kid's Jordan shoe, a backpack, and some clothes. The sheriff's department was like, oh, damn, this look, yeah. And we still haven't heard back the results from that, so that's...
In the clip, he shares that police told him the area was likely a drop spot, given how close it is to the Mexico-US border. If you're unfamiliar, a drop typically refers to a location where migrants are left behind by smugglers, often in remote zones where border security is weaker. That may very well be what the couple stumbled upon that day. As of now, there haven't been any further updates. Until they post again on YouTube or Instagram, we'll just have to wait and see what the truth really is. I've linked their channels below. Give them a follow, and let me know what you think. A woman was out riding her horse along a forest trail when, without warning, the animal froze in place.
Easy.
The horse sensed something strange. The forest fell deathly silent until a blood-curdling scream tore through the stillness. Some believe it may have been a mountain lion, known for cries that resemble a woman's scream, or even a fox with its eerie mating calls. But others lean towards something more supernatural, a wendigo, a banshee, especially given the horse's terrified reaction. The woman and her horse rushed to finish the trail, both haunted by an overwhelming sense of dread.